You don't always have to come back to me to toss you guys.
Well, we don't know what order, so usually you got the headphone. I know this part. Usually you got the head.
Just interrupt. Feel free to interrupt.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you would normally do.
Okay.
It feels good now. Make sure they jam it in the hood loud. When you roll slow in the lane with a whip with no stains, get a taste with the fame like hanging with my big homie solo. Standing still ain't better than slow-mo. Favorite ain't fair, we live a blessed life. Talking all that trash on the best style. What they wanna say now? Comfortable in my own skin. I like who I am. The good vibes keep on pumping. Turn it up, that's my jam. I feel good. How you feeling? I feel good. So good.
Welcome to Tompkins Shop. I'm Jordan Babineaux. This episode, we'll hear from our legends and how they got to Seattle, but particularly what kept them in Seattle. We all kind of migrated here to the Northwest. Many of us are from the South. How the hell did you get here?
When I first came, I got drafted in 2006. And I promise, when I first got drafted, I'm from Alabama, went to college in Alabama. And the moment I got drafted to the Seahawks, I was excited, like everybody, get drafted to the Seattle Seahawks. But the first thing I started doing was looking at the map and saying, all right, well, how can I get a trade to the Atlanta Falcons or the New Orleans Saints? Like, I'm looking at that clock to get out of here. So my wife, man, everybody joked. They said, hey, you've been saying you're going to leave Seattle from the day you got there, and you still there today in 2022. So that's how I got here, and I don't know how I'm leaving. So I'm here.
But you actually left.
I did leave.
And then came back.
I did leave. I left and went to law school. So I know, y'all know I went to law school after I finished playing. And that was part of it too. Like if I couldn't get to the Saints, if I couldn't get to the Falcons, all these teams I root for as a kid, I was like, all right, well, if my second career, go to law school, I'm going back home. And I went to the rival school. I went to Auburn Tiger, but I went to the rival school just stir things up a little bit, do something different, But then even after that, I still came back to Seattle.
Still came back.
I'm still here, man.
Still here. Well, Big Walt.
Oh man, I got
Your story's a little different.
a little different. Like you said, I got drafted here and stuff. And for me coming from down south, I didn't, when I was getting drafted, you go through the process of drafting. You go to visit school. When I thought I was gonna get drafted, I thought I was gonna get drafted by the Oakland Raiders. But I ended up getting drafted by Seattle. And I tell people to this day that, it was probably the best thing that happened to me because I was able to come here, play football, focus on football. They had to worry about with family and friends. I could come here and focus on football. So it was the best thing for me. And then for me to stay here, I call Seattle home now because of my kids. You know what I'm saying? My kids was born here. They love to be here. So I made it, I did everything I think everybody else do. You go home, back home, you build your big house. You want to be around family. But then when you realize you have family, you want to be there for them. So I wanted to be here for my kids because they was playing sports. So I decided to stay here. And then my opportunities are here better than anywhere else. And I always want to represent the city. You know what I'm saying? You never hear a lot of people saying, I'm from Seattle, I'm coming to Seattle. So I'm always repping the brand, repping Seattle Seahawks. So anytime the guys are here, I enjoy that fact because we are making our own standard how to live in Seattle, how to be part of the whole community thing. So that's what got me staying here in Seattle.
Wow, love it. Cliff?
For me, the reason why I stayed is, honestly, it's because what Big Walt just said, opportunities, man. Like, what most people don't realize is for us athletes in particular, whatever city we live in, if you talk about Detroit, you talk about, Jacksonville, some of these smaller markets, the athletes tend to be some of the highest earners in those cities. But in Seattle, we might not come top 5,000. You know what I'm saying? So there's a peace of mind that comes with that because we ain't got to worry about somebody always trying to get from us, right? Take from us. Because around here, shoot, you might bump into somebody who's like, oh, you made how much over your career? Oh, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? So but there's peace of mind in that and knowing that everybody ain't out to get you.
Look, I think that's probably one of the fascinating things about Seattle is that it's such a community or an area that has high wealth and income across the board. I grew up in Texas, came here as a free agent. So, and being from Texas, coming here from the South, it's like where else can you see snow-capped mountains, houses on the hill, and the water underneath? I was like, everywhere I look is a postcard. I was extremely fascinated with Seattle just from the landscape and design of the city. Unlike you, True, who, have been a hometown, and spent your entire life here in the state, went to college at Wazoo, drafted by the Seahawks as a #1 draft pick for the team. What was that like for you? Probably a dream come true, I imagine.
It was definitely a dream come true. But to be honest, I was drafted to Seattle, so I might as well have been drafted to Texas or been drafted to Jacksonville. Living in Tacoma, which is about 45 minutes south of Seattle. And growing up like we did, I didn't even know what Seattle was about, right? I knew the neighborhood, I knew the area I was at. And you remember, and then we would go out after practice and try to do stuff, go to eat and stuff. Y'all be like, True.
Where we going?
Where do we go? And I'd be like, hey, man, I'm trying to figure out like you guys figure out. And back then, it really wasn't a phone thing, and we had to get the printout and all that.
Yellow pages.
Not the yellow pages. MapQuest. Not the yellow pages. But I'm saying though, playing at home, playing in the city has definitely been a blessing. And you talk about opportunities, and you did everything here. I mean, I went to high school here, went to college here, and I played pro ball here. And, my family's here, wife.
So you never left.
5 kids and a puppy now, so I can't go now. I'm stuck.
Once you get the dog, it's a wrap.
You know what's funny?
Once you get the dog, it's a wrap.
Once you get the dog. Well, you've heard from our legends and how we each got here to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Until next time, I'm Jordan Babineaux, signing off. Thanks for watching.
Comfortable in my own skin. I like who I am. The good vibes keep on pumping. Turn it up, that's my jam.